Question: what is inflation and how does it affect businesses and consumers? Answer: inflation is the rate at which the general price level of goods and services rises, reducing the purchasing power of money. Effects on businesses: cost increases. Businesses may face higher costs for raw materials, wages, and services. Companies that can't pass these costs on to customers may see reduced profit margins. Pricing power: some businesses, especially those in essential industries, may be able to increase prices to offset inflation without losing customers. Others, in competitive markets, might struggle to do so. Borrowing costs: inflation often leads to higher interest rates, which raises the cost of borrowing. Companies with significant debt might face increased financial strain. Effects on consumers: reduced purchasing power. As prices rise, consumers' ability to buy goods and services diminishes. This can result in decreased demand for non-essential goods, affecting businesses in those sectors. Income squeeze: wages typically lag behind inflation, so people may have less disposable income after covering essential expenses like housing and utilities. Macro implications: if inflation gets too high, central banks, like the Bank of England, may raise interest rates to cool down the economy, which can slow down business investment and consumer spending. Example: in 2022, the UK experienced its highest inflation rate in over 40 years, largely driven by rising energy costs and supply chain disruptions exacerbated by the Russia-Ukraine conflict. This led to businesses, supermarkets like Tesco and Sainsbury's struggled with rising costs for goods and labor, with some passing these costs on to consumers through higher prices. Small businesses, especially in hospitality, faced increased difficulties in maintaining profitability. Consumers: with inflation hitting 11%, consumers saw their real incomes shrink, particularly as energy and food prices surged. This reduced discretionary spending on non-essential items, which hurt retail and leisure sectors. In response, the Bank of England raised interest rates multiple times to combat inflation, further increasing borrowing costs for businesses and individuals.